The Shang Dynasty ruled China for more than 5 centuries. Yet many Chinese people learn about Shang mainly from TV series, almost all adapted from one single novel, Fen Shen Yan Yi, often translated as The Investiture of the Gods. It's one of China's most influential works of mythological fantasy. In 2023, the movie Creation of the Gods, adapted from the same novel, brought the story back into spotlight. Today, I will pick out a few scenes from it and use them as a way into the real history of the Shang Dynasty. First, a quick look at the story itself. It is set near the end of the Shang. King Yingshou has become cruel and corrupt. At his side is Daji, a beautiful woman said to be possessed by a nine-tailed fox spirit, who leads him into pleasure, violence, and chaos. In the west, King Wu, a vassal lord seen as virtuous and benevolent, rises in rebellion. With the help of a host of gods, he defeats the Shang and founds the Zhou dynasty. If that sounds intriguing, go watch the movie. It's a large-scale historical epic with fantastical elements woven in. Personally, I would recommend it. Okay, with that, let's begin. In one scene, on the very day that King Yingshou ascends the throne, his uncle Bi Gan, one of the dynasty's highest ministers, performs a divination with a turtle shell, asking the gods about the future of the Shang. The scene points to something real. In Shang politics, religion and divination mattered enormously. The royal house was deeply shaped by ancestor worship and divination. They believed the dead could still influence the living. War, harvests, illness, even the fate of the dynasty. So, when the king faced an important decision, he turned to divination. Should we go to war? Will the harvest be good? Will it rain tomorrow? These questions were recorded on oracle bones, usually turtle shells or cattle shoulder blades. Craftsmen carved small hollows into the back. Heat was applied and cracks appeared on the front, which the diviner read as omens. More than 150,000 fragments have been unearthed, carrying nearly 5,000 distinct characters, a third of which have now been deciphered. It's because of these records that we can see Shang in such vivid detail today. One name appears again and again, Fu Hao. She was a wife of King Wu Ding, who roughly ruled 2 centuries before the dynasty's fall and led Shang to its height. But Fu Hao is far more than a royal consort. The oracle bones shows her leading military campaigns, commanding armies of up to 10,000 troops, and presiding over important state rituals. The same bones record the more intimate details of her life as well. She has a toothache. Is an ancestor punishing her? She is about to give birth. Will the delivery be safe? Behind questions like this, you can almost feel husband's worry for the woman he loved, reaching across 3,000 years. And it's not only the written record. In 1976, archaeologists found her tomb, filled with bronzes, jades, and weapons, a final testament to how powerful she truly was. The oracle bone script carries a deeper significance as well. It is one of the earliest known mature writing systems in China, and today's Chinese characters can be traced back directly to it. If you are curious about Chinese characters and how they evolved, I've made another video about it, and you could check it out. Now, back to Dark Omen in the movie. After Bi Gan reads the cracks, King Yingshou proposes a terrifying idea.
本王限100人生祭天。
Could 100 people, even 1,000, be offered as sacrifices to calm God's anger? The scene actually points to a real Shang institution, human sacrifice. In the royal cemetery and elite tombs of the late Shang, archaeologists have found large numbers of human remains tied to sacrifice and burial. Some bodies show signs of binding, decapitation, or unnatural death. A single large ritual could involve dozens of human victims killed together. Why? The Shang believed their ancestors and gods had to be fed with offerings, and a human life was the most precious offering of all. But human sacrifice was never only about religion. It was a brutal display of power. Most of the victims were war captives taken from the surrounding states, and that carried a clear warning: submit to Shang or end up as human sacrifice. The movie captures this dark world through another scene, one that deeply shocked me when I was a kid and first saw it in a TV adaptation: the death of Bo Yikao. He is the eldest son of the Lord of Zhou. In the story, Boyika is killed by King Yingshou and cooked into a meat pie and then served to his own father. It may sound like pure fiction, invented just to show how cruel King Yingshou was, but it could carry a grain of truth. After a sacrifice, people did eat offerings, believing the food had been blessed by the gods and ancestors. Still, for a modern viewer, that does not make the story any less horrifying. Yet, Shang was not alone. Many early civilizations, from Mesopotamia to Mesoamerica, practiced human sacrifice too. Perhaps it simply belonged to an early stage of human history. Now, let's stay with the movie. In the Battle of Sings, Shang soldiers are equipped with bronze weapons and armor, which brings us to another defining feature of the Shang civilization: bronze. 3,000 years ago, bronze was extremely important technology. The Shang used bronze dagger axes, spears, and arrowheads, and fitted their chariots with bronze, a decisive military edge over the surrounding states. That it was one of the reasons that Shang could remain a dominant power for roughly 5 centuries. But the greatest expression of the Shang bronze was not military gear, it was the ritual vessels, symbols of power, hierarchy, and religious order. And no object represents the height better than the Home Wuding. One of the heaviest known bronze vessels from ancient China is close to a ton. To cast such a massive vessel at that time required vast amounts of metal, skilled craftsmen, complex molds, and careful coordination. Proof that Shang had advanced metallurgy, specialized labor, and ability to mobilize resources on a large scale. A sign of just how powerful and well organized the Shang state had already become. Now let's wrap up. Even from these few glimpses, we can still see the outline of the Shang, a dynasty with a mature writing system, an elaborate sacrificial institution, advanced bronze technology, and a strong military organization. It was brilliant and it was brutal. Frequent warfare drained its resources. Large-scale sacrifice reinforced the royal power but also bred fear and anger. By the late Shang period, the Zhou people in the west had grown stronger, until at last King Wu of Zhou defeated the Shang army. The Shang fell and the Zhou rose in its place. In the next episode, we will turn to Zhou, the dynasty Confucius admired very much and look back on as a model of ideal order. See you next time!